That was the thing about Frankel. When he was at his best, you couldn't believe what you saw, and that's what happened in the 2000 Guineas. None of us had ever seen anything like it. The first time he really hit people's eyeballs was here as a 2-year-old when he did a sort of slingshot around the outside. He just let him blaze. It was the most spectacular thing we'd ever seen, but so spectacular that some people actually doubted whether he could ever do it again.
Can Frankel deliver?
Very clear plan not to let him blaze.
For the St James's Palace Stakes, 1 mile is the trip.
And indeed that's what got them into trouble, because he actually relaxed much better than people thought he was going to. The pacemaker was miles ahead, and so Tom Queenie gave him a bit of a kick, and of course Frankel, if you gave him any sort of rein, he then went about 500 miles an hour, rocketed round the bend past the pacemaker and up the straight, and in the last 100 yards fell in the hole. And it was suddenly not going anywhere, and he only just scrambled home, really.
Frankel's unbeaten record is intact.
Almost the best thing about 2012 was the fact that Frankel was racing at all, because as a stallion he would be earning something like 40 million sterling a year, which is infinitely more than you could ever win on the race course. Now if you're risking that every time you run him, you lose his value, he might even hurt himself. So him running at all was a huge bonus.
They're off.
My view of the Queen Anne was that we knew how good Frankel was, but could everything go smoothly? And it went better than smoothly. It was just awesome. You could see a stretch of Frankel's stride and him sort of targeting on the horizon. It was really exciting to watch. And an old lad like me, you've always been originally excited by the thought of sitting on a thoroughbred and watching thoroughbred. It was a perfect day.